Hi guys, James at Rampant Lion Reviews again for you today with another beer review. For this one we are going to head up to Landvetter near Gothenburg, or Göteborg as you would say in Swedish, a very good beer city these days. Some of you might happen to know that is home to Dugges Bryggeri, and we've got a coffee stout from these guys today, a style that I really need to review more of on the channel. So we're going to try the Sidamo Dimtu today, which is a 10% Imperial Coffee Stout, and this one is done in collaboration with Hunter & Sons, a sort of beer, coffee, kind of boutique cafe from Bath in England, and also with Roundhill Roastery from Bristol actually, that specialise in Ethiopian coffee. So this one does use an Ethiopian coffee in the brew, so definitely looking forward to this one. It should be really nice. It was rated 99 overall on Rate Beer when I checked it out, and as I say, I need to get round to reviewing some more coffee stouts for you on the channel. I don't drink coffee really, so it's something that I really need to kind of develop a taste for a bit, because coffee stouts are becoming a little bit more popular these days. So hopefully that's something I can introduce into the channel more frequently in coming videos. So I hope you guys enjoy the review. But anyway, as is usual with my beer reviews then, I'll tell you a little bit about the brewery. If you want to get straight to the tasting, just fast forward. All the usual links are in the description below. That's the brewery website. I'll also put the link in for Hunter & Sons and for Roundhill Roastery as well. There's all the usual social media. If you want to see more beer reviews, do subscribe to the channel. The whole channel, of course, has a geography-based tagging system, so you can go into the homepage and search for beer based on country, city or state, whatever it is you're interested in. Do check out the playlist of beer from different countries. There is one there for all the Swedish beers that I've reviewed for you before. There's about 100 or so of them now, so do check out those reviews. And as always, please do get in touch and let me know some of the other beers and breweries that you guys would like to see me review, especially if you're watching in Sweden. Do let me know some other coffee stouts I should check out as well, because like I say, I need to review more of those. But your input and your support that you give the channel is always hugely appreciated, so don't hesitate to get in touch through the Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or whatever you like. So anyway, to tell you a little bit about Dugges Bryggeri then. So as I mentioned to you, Dugges Bryggeri are based in Landvetter on the outskirts of Gothenburg here in Sweden. And Gothenburg, of course, is a really, really good beer city these days. There's a lot of pubs and there's a ridiculous number of breweries opening up. Copenhagen, of course, in Denmark is the other one, but these are probably the two best beer cities in Scandinavia at the moment. But this brewery was established back in 2005 in Mölndal by Mikael Engström Dugge, and since 2010 he's kind of focused solely on the brewing of top fermented beers. And due to the kind of renaissance that there's been with Swedish craft beer, as I said, Gothenburg is a huge beer city these days. The brewery really outgrew their very first facility very quickly, and so they had to move to this new one in Landvetter. But the older brewery had a capacity of 1,500 hectolitres of beer per year. However, this new facility they've moved into has a capacity of 8,000 hectolitres, and I think they are actually working to expand it even further than that, so that figure may well be inaccurate. But these guys produce some really nice beers. I think I've reviewed 2 or 3 beers from them before. I do need to review more of the Dugges beers because they are quite a prolific brewery. It's just a case of being able to keep up with them, but they've got quite an extensive range already. So just to list some of these other ones for you, they've got the Lager number 1, the Post Lager, all the way, the Avon Ale, the Family Matters, High Five, Egypt, which is one I really want to review for you at some point. They've got the Ethiopia Gedio, which I guess is maybe a coffee stout as well. They've got the Organic Keller beer, the Organic Andren, and also the Organic Lager as well. So they've got quite a few different beers. There's quite a few different fruit beers and stuff like that, and they are quite prolific. If you check out their Rate Beer profile, there's a whole host of things listed on there. I think it's up near 100 beers or something like that they've produced, but they produce some really good stuff. And basically you can pick a style you enjoy from these guys, and you will get a pretty damn high quality beer in my experience. So yeah, if you get the chance to try some of these Dugges beers, definitely check them out. So let's get on to the tasting section of this video then. So as I mentioned to you, this one is a 10% Imperial Coffee Stout. As I mentioned, it's brewed in collaboration with Hunter & Sons and Roundhill Roastery from Bath in England. Roundhill Roastery, of course, are from Bristol instead, and the coffee used in this one is actually an Ethiopian variety that apparently gives a kind of floral and fruity character. The Hunter & Sons, as I mentioned, is a kind of cafe bar which is in Milton Place in Bath, and it sells craft beer and speciality coffee, espressos and things like this. And Roundhill Roastery are based in Bristol. They were founded back in 2012 by Eddie Twitchett, who apparently has a particular love of Ethiopian coffee, and that kind of probably tells you why they've used Ethiopian coffee in this beer. So it says, we did this stout with Hunter & Sons and Roundhill Roastery of Bath, England. They brought the coffee, we brewed the beer, a fruity floral Ethiopian Sidamo Dimtu and a chocolatey roasty stout, Melikami Giza, and I guess that must be Amharic, which is the, if I remember correctly, that one is the Ethiopian native language. So yeah, quite cool to see that actually. It's kind of an unusual language, that Melikami Giza. So yeah, Looks really quite nice. So I'll just let you have a little quick look at the artwork of this one before we open it up. This is the kind of typical bottle you'll get from Dugges, by the way. Plain bottle cap on this one. I do wish they would just put like a white Dugges on it. That would actually be quite nice for them to do. I'm not sure what heirloom natural means on this one, but yeah, I don't know if that's maybe the Roundhill Roastery symbol that's on this one. But yeah, Hunter and Sons Dugges. So that one thing, it's a kind of psychedelic-y style artwork on it. There's the little thing that I read for you. Oh no, telling you lies. Here's the little Roundhill Roastery symbol on the side here. But really nicely presented, this one. 330ml bottle, and as I said, a 10% coffee stout, so should be really nice. So yeah, as you can see, a nice smoky opening on this one. So we'll get it out and into the glass. Oh, this looks good. Sugar it up a wee bit and see if we can get more of a head on it. Just put the rest of it in, might as well. But that looks really nice. You can smell a little bit of fruity and chocolatey character off this beer actually, as it's just kind of pouring into the glass. But as you can see, this beer's poured a really dark ebony rosewood colour. If I hold it up to the light, there's a tiny little bit of a ruby edge just down towards the bottom of the glass where the beer isn't as thick. But this beer, just from moving it around without paying too much attention to the aroma, to me it does smell quite chocolatey and actually quite sweet rather than roasted in coffee. But you can see there's a half finger of a frothy, quite light beigey tan head on this one. It looks really nice, some big bubbles sticking towards the side of the glass and quite a few little ones just heading up towards the bottom of that head there. This beer looks really, really nice. Yeah, there's a wee tiny bit of sediment there at the bottom, but that's kind of what you expect when it comes to a craft beer. But let's have a closer look at the aroma then. This smells really quite nice. Oh yeah, no, when you go closer into it, you definitely get the sort of the big kind of smooth coffee malts in this one. And when you're breathing it in, I have to admit, I'm as I say, I'm not a huge kind of coffee buff, if you like. But when they're saying on the side it's got some fruity and floral aspects to the coffee, you can definitely get that in this one. You can smell that it's not an earthy or a really roasty coffee, this one, if you like. You can smell that there is some floral and fruity character to it. I mean, it has told me, fair enough, but you really can smell the difference. It's something I really need to get more into, is kind of smelling coffee beans and train my nose a little bit better in that regard, especially if I'm going to try and get more into this beer style. Because as I say, I don't drink coffee normally, or tea actually for that matter. Not a great fan of that. I do like Japanese green tea though. But it's just interesting to try different things, of course. That's how you have to go through your life. Never be scared to try new things. But yeah, when you sugar the beer up a bit more, you get a little bit of chocolatey character out of this one. There's a sort of woody and nutty element to the beer as well. Maybe leathery actually is a good way to describe the aroma too. But the coffee notes are there. It's a very unique coffee, like I was saying. But yeah, sweet chocolate, a little bit of kind of woody and nutty character. I don't know if there's maybe some brown sugar in there, a sort of dark roasty brown sugar. But definitely, as you say, as you would expect, it leans more towards the coffee side of things. There's a bit of earthy character, which will be from the hops, of course. They will use earthy hops in this one, probably English hops actually. And there's a wee bit, when you sugar it up, you can get a little bit of a red fruity ester. It comes out with a kind of candied, sort of Haribo heart-shaped star mix kind of thing. But yeah, it smells really nice, this beer. So just take a little bit of time and enjoy the aroma of this one, especially because, at least for me, it might not be for those of you who are coffee buffs, might know a little bit more about this than me. But just pay attention to it, enjoy that coffee note, because to me at least, it definitely does smell a little bit different. You can tell it's a high quality coffee. But yeah, just take a little bit of time and enjoy this for yourself. It really is quite nice. So we'll get stuck into this beer then. So this one is just to make sure I pronounce it right, the Sidamo Dimtu from Dugges Bryggeri in Landvetter here in Sweden, and it's brewed in collaboration with Roundhill Roastery and Hunter and Sons from Somerset in England. Slanja, skål. That's nice. They've got the balance of that really well. They've got the balance of that they've balanced that beer really, really well. They've got it just right actually. I'm getting a good bit of alcohol warmth from it right enough. Maybe that will just take me a wee while to adjust to it, but really is interesting, this one. Yeah. It's a lot more chocolatey than I was expecting. The coffee is sort of coming out a little bit more in the aftertaste of this beer, it really does start off quite chocolatey, and I think there is some brown sugar in there. I think there is a little bit of that mixed in there. You can feel the sort of black malty character just underpinning this beer. You can feel it coming out there, and it's really nicely done actually. Yeah, this is good. I mean, I can see exactly why this beer is so highly rated. It really is very well done. In the back corners of the palate, you know, the hops are just coming out as you'd expect. The hops aren't the main focus of this beer right enough. The complexity to this one is in the malt base, but the hops start off a little bit earthy and bitter in the back corner of the palate. As you come further forward, they just smooth out, and they're a wee bit maybe light and kind of grassy around the front curve of the palate there. There is a tiny little bit of grassy character to this one. If you just go behind the front curve of your palate, there's a little bit of red fruit, but not too much. I mean, the palate in this one really is dominated by the chocolate and the coffee and the black malts and things like that, as you'd expect. But if you just go to that little oily bubble behind the front curve of your tongue, there's a little bit of a red fruity ester coming out of that one, and it's a sort of candied red fruit thing. As I always say, it's like these little Haribo Star Mix heart-shaped sweets that you get. You can definitely pick that up in this beer. But the malty side of this beer really is lovely. I don't know why it took me so long to kind of get into coffee stouts. I was a bit reluctant to try them, of course, at the start, because I'm just not a great fan of coffee, and I've tried coffee various times and just never enjoyed it, but I do enjoy a little bit of coffee stout, probably just because the flavour is a little bit more of a, it's part of the complexity rather than being the focus of the thing. That's probably why I enjoy it, to be honest. But this beer's nice. Like I said, you can feel the sort of roasted black malty base to this one. The coffee, the smoother coffee beans are just sitting on top of that, and it's really quite nice. I mean, I don't know the flavours of coffee enough to tell you whether it's coming out a bit more floral and things like that. You can feel that it's just a little bit lighter in the flavour than I would normally have associated with coffee. But you can tell that the coffee is just that little bit different. I do need to try more of these and get more used to trying different types of coffee beans and things like this. But it's just you know, with this beer, the main point of it is that you can tell it's good and that it's a high quality coffee. And I do like how the chocolate in this one, and maybe I think there is brown sugar in there, I do like how that all blends together. It starts off quite sweet with a nice kind of thick chocolate. It's a dark chocolate character that's coming out of this one. Some of the brown sugars are in there as well, but the chocolate definitely dominates, and then that just gives way, and it's the smooth, light kind of coffee beans that are coming out. I guess the flavour that I'm getting from the coffee is a little bit floral, especially if they're saying it on the side of the bottle there. So this review, I guess, probably isn't one of my better ones in terms of describing exactly what the flavours are, but like I say, that's just because I'm not so used to coffee. But as a beer reviewer, you know, I've done 975 or something like that. I've done 970 odd videos of beers now, and this, you know, it's always cool to find things that are different like this. You're always learning. There's always new hops. There's always new malts. There's always new things like this, like Ethiopian coffee being added to beer. That's the whole beauty of craft beer, is you're always going to be able to taste something new, and for me that's the kind of pinnacle of this beer. But what you certainly can tell from this one is that, one, it's a really damn good beer, and two, that the coffee they've used in it is pretty good quality and quite unusual. So if that's your sort of thing, if you enjoy a coffee stout, I'm pretty sure you will enjoy this one. For me, the highlight of this beer is just how the sweetness comes in, then it just gives away to the coffee, and in the aftertaste, that nice kind of smooth coffee bean, and I guess it's a little bit of the kind of floral character to it that makes it come out a little bit lighter. That lovely character that just lingers in the aftertaste of this one is what makes this, what makes this beer really quite nice. So if you get the chance to try this one, I highly recommend that you do. It's got some it's got a really nice flavour to it, and as I say, I'm not the biggest fan of coffee, so do take that into mind when I'm reviewing this beer, but it really is very nice. So yeah, in terms of the mouthfeel of this one, I'd say this is maybe full bodied. It's got a big oily mouthfeel to it. I'm not sure if the oily mouthfeel is what is normal for a coffee stout. I've not tried enough of them to kind of be sure about that, but it's got a big kind of nice oily mouthfeel to it, this one. The carbonation is very fine. It's definitely more of a kind of oily, maybe even slightly creamy mouthfeel you have to this one. Like I said, the malt base has a little bit of sweetness in there. It smooths out, and then you start to get a little bit of roasty bitter character from the malt base as well. The hops are very smooth. There's just a little bit of bitterness there, and there's a tiny little bit of juicy fruity character, but it really leans more towards the kind of smooth coffee and a little bit of the sweetness as well. The coffee even becomes a little bit sweet as you start to progress further into the aftertaste. But like I said, for me as a beer, this one's quite unusual, but it's certainly very, very good. And this one really will be right up the street of people who are coffee buffs. You can tell the coffee in this one is a very good quality. So if you get the chance to try this beer, the Sidamo Dimtu, then definitely have a go at it. It's really nice, and I wouldn't expect anything else from something that Dugges produce. These guys are a pretty damn good brewery, I have to say. And I do need to go and check out Hunter and Sons. I'll need to go down to Bath sometime and have a look at the pub, and I guess maybe if I get into coffee a bit more, which I don't know how likely that is, I should maybe try some of the stuff from Roundhill Roastery. But yeah, really nice beer, this one, fully deserving of the rating of 99 that it has on Rate Beer. If you get the chance to try it, have a go at it, because it is really nice. Sorry about that, guys, wee issue with the camera, but as always, thank you for watching my beer reviews. I hope you enjoyed this one. Until the next time, please like, subscribe, share, all the usual YouTube stuff. Do check out my social media, but most importantly, make sure you try some of these Dugges beers from here in Sweden. This one, as I say, was really quite nice, so if you get the chance to try it, I'm sure you will enjoy this one. This one, like I said, is for real kind of coffee stout buffs. So this one was the Sidamo Dimtu from Dugges Bryggeri, brewed in collaboration with Hunter and Son and Roundhill Roastery from the sort of Bristol, Bath area of England. A really, really nice beer. If you enjoy your coffee stouts, definitely check this one out. So slange it just now, and I'll catch you guys very soon, and we will do more coffee stouts definitely. Cheers.